Bet.
Hey guys, Pretzel Man 945 here. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. How was your week, Seth?
It's good. I'm trying to watch more shows.
Okay, good
Go,
man, good
you
man,
know,
good man.
um,
Um, uh, what have you been watching?
I started Black Clover.
Right. What do you think so far?
So far, typical shonen, but we'll see how it goes.
How far are you?
5 episodes.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah, like
that's
typical shonen.
yeah, you're probably gonna
He
get.
has no power. His rival has power. He
I
gets
mean, but like.
power.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be that surprising. So
No, but I've heard it's really good, so I'm gonna keep watching it. And then, oh my god, that new episode of Don. Oh my
it was
god,
great. It was
it's so
so
good.
good.
I cried.
Oh, it was so
I
good.
cried. The
Um,
animation was so like so
Silent Saru is cooking hard for sure.
like oh my god, it was just so good. Me and Taylor were watching it, and we were just like mouth open the whole time. I was jaw dropped.
Um, since we last talked, I've finished an additional three shows.
Three.
Um, yeah. I watched Fooly Cooley. I did. That
Okay.
didn't take long because I watched that all in one morning. Uh,
Yeah.
um,
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Holy Cooley was really good.
I liked it.
I am convinced it requires the watching of at least one 50-minute video essay to understand what's going on fully, but um, it's the perfect Gen Alpha anime.
Yeah.
There's so much shit going on that it's impossible to not, despite how low your attention is, you will stay focused on it the entire time.
Yeah. It was
But
good.
I really liked it. Um, have you seen Terror in Resonance?
I have not.
Okay. That was a really interesting show. Um, it's it was kind of like that was like for an kind of like the thing with Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's like it was a really good show, but I wanted more episodes out of it.
Right.
Um, have you seen Bakano?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
I finished it this morning. That is great fun. The plot doesn't make a whole lot, at least maybe I wasn't following the plot 100% of the finish, but that's not really the point. It has amazing characters and it's just fun the entire time.
Okay.
And I also started watching Nichijou because after the ending of Terror and Resonance, I needed something completely different.
Mm. And then
Um,
have
if
you
you have
seen
not,
have you seen
if
go ahead.
if you have not seen Nichijou, it is like the most absurd comedy series ever.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Um, and
What is it? Have you seen Arcane?
I haven't. My sister was telling me about it. She told me I know season two came out recently.
Yes, it did.
And and she said she was really enjoying it. Are you gonna tell me I have to watch Arcane?
Uh, you don't have to, but it is really good. It's like my I watched it when the first season came out, like 2020 or whatever. It was great. The problem, it's like Cyberpunk where you don't have to play the game to watch the show,
I would hope
and
so, because I literally know nothing about League of Legends.
the game fucking sucks, but the lore is cool. The game is awful,
Okay.
but the lore is great. That's literally League of Legends for you. I
Okay.
mean, like
Interesting.
I haven't finished the second season, but like the animation is great. The characters are cool. Like I was liking it, so I gotta keep watching it. What else did I? What else did I start? I think I started another show. Look at Netflix.
Well,
Trying to remember what I.
non-anime shows. The second part of Cobra Kai's
Cobra
final
Kai.
season
Yeah,
that came out on Friday, and I was like, "Well, I know what I'm binging tonight."
yeah. And then there's like the new like movie coming out.
Is it a movie? I thought it was like the final part of
Yeah, but
like.
they're gonna do another Karate Kid movie.
Oh,
But
is
it's
it
like
like?
not. I don't know. I just saw like the poster, and it was like Ralph Macchio, and then like some other two, like Jackie Chan, and then some other kid. I don't know.
Oh, huh. I don't know about that. I just watched the second part of the final season.
How was it?
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. Um, it was good. I enjoyed myself, but I think it's like the weakest set of episodes in all of Cobra Kai so far. Um, there were a lot of character. It felt like there was a lot of wasted time, and there were a lot of characters that felt like they really lost their depth, and I think partly it's because like they just don't have any more interesting directions to go with the characters.
I did see the clip of like Miguel like doing a 2v1, and I was like, that's awesome.
Miguel was like one of the good consistent characters, but there were several like
Prime
Dimitri,
Miguel came back.
Hawk, Amanda, Sam, that all like especially Robbie, in my opinion, that all were quite a bit worse. Like they became a lot less interesting, and their characters went in weird directions I was not a fan of.
That's unfortunate. What
Yeah.
about games? You played any games recently?
Um. I finally got back to playing Final Fantasy X this morning. Um.
Okay.
I played a bit more of that. When you were playing it, did you get to the part where you played Blitzball, or did you not get that far?
You like the intro after the I don't know.
Okay. Um, I mentioned that I'm not going to spoil anything, but I have something funny to tell you about that. So
Well, I don't know how far you are, but I remember
Blitzball,
I got like the intro.
I'm like 7 hours, 7.5 hours.
I
Um,
think I had like 5.
okay. So Blitzball is like this extremely it's um I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I know what
think
Blitzball is.
of like it's like the I don't know what the equivalent would be in Final Fantasy VII, but it's like the side mini game that's in a lot of Final Fantasy games. It's like
Right, right.
Blitzball is never Final Fantasy X. It is way too complicated. Um, like just extremely unnecessarily complex. Um, what I thought was really funny though is like um I I was like the expectation is that your character team loses, right?
Mm, right.
I was so shit at the game that literally nothing happened. No one scored any points.
And
And
whatever gets you through the story.
and then like it's not required to progress the story. It's like you can lose or win, it doesn't matter. But like I just thought that was so funny. So like you play with Titus in there, and then like because literally nothing was happening, I got this cutscene where like the crowd was cheering for Waka to come in despite the fact he was injured. And so he goes in to finish up things, and then nothing happened again because I'm so
God.
bad. And then just like randomly the other team like won, like they were supposed to.
Jeez.
And I just thought it was so funny. I was just so that literally, like, I don't even know if the devs had intended for that outcome for just someone to be so that literally nothing happened.
That's
Um,
what's up, bro.
but
I
um, but I'm really enjoying it. There was a crazy plot twist, and I got to the iconic laughing scene,
oh yeah.
and that is a video that is never leaving my phone. Ever.
I 10 is the next game I'm probably gonna play for Final Fantasy,
Um,
but I'm not getting there for a while because I have like Xenoblade and there's oh my
I
god.
know.
Oh yeah.
Other
Xenoblade.
games. Well, last night I downloaded Goat Simulator.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It's a game.
that is the stupidest fucking game I've ever played, and I love it.
Oh yeah, it's a game.
Um, I did record it, but then like something happened and like OBS only saved like 15 of my 45 minutes of footage, so that
Right.
was a bit of a shame. So I, I gotta I gotta re-record it. But it is so can't even describe it. It's such a fucking stupid game. But I love
It's
it.
a it's such a it's a game. I've
It
played
is
a little.
truly one of the games of all time.
It's something. That's all I gotta say. It's something.
What have you been playing recently?
I am 27 hours in Xenoblade 2,
Oh,
and
okay. So
I'm on chapter
you
6.
played a bit more of it?
Yeah, I'm on chapter 6 out of 10. So I'm
Okay.
trying to finish it up, but
I know you said you were like you took a bit of a break from it because you like what was it like you wanted to break your RPGs or was that going to be after you finished it?
oh no, I'm beating all these games. I'm playing a lot of Xenoblade.
Okay.
It's God, 2 is such a mixed bag. It is such a mixed bag for me because
You still think it's a mixed bag?
it's hard because it's like how can I explain? All right, it's very easy to hate, but and hard to love. But once you love it, there's no going back. Like I have so many complaints with this game, but I still fucking love it. It's so good. Like
As in like the story and characters are that
all
good?
the story and characters are so good. The voice acting is fucking trash. I'm not even gonna lie. The voice acting's garbage. Like,
I, I really don't think that's what Xenoblade games are known for.
well, Xenoblade One and like the little I played at 3, they were like pretty good. Like Shulk, like screaming in the first game. Like I was like, oh, okay, he's like that.
Yeah.
And then Rex, he's just like, ah, and I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? And like, I play, I'm farther than you, and there's a scene. I'm not gonna tell
Oh,
you, but there's a scene.
definitely.
There's just a scene, and it's a very like emotional scene, and like Rex is about to scream, and then he screams, and he's just like, ah, and I'm like, all right, this is insane. But the gameplay, I've gotten used to it. It's I like it. Like the concept of blades is interesting, but like I don't even know. I don't think you got far enough to where you even met Mithra. What's that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I. But like, man, like chapter, what was it 3? That was peak. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm liking it so far. I still think it might be like near the bottom when I finish it because it's like I haven't even touched 3 and I already know it's going to be a masterpiece and I love 1. 1 is amazing.
So you like it, but you think it's going to be the worst of the three.
I do, but I still
Okay.
like it. It's great. Like it's a
Okay.
game. And then X is coming out like in March, So that'll be something I'm gonna play. I'll be done with 2 and 3 by then, by
Hey,
March for
at
sure.
your pace, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't do a lot of side quests unless I have to.
That's kind of the way I played Xenoblade as well, to be
That
honest. So,
yeah, that is how I'm doing it, and I have like that's how I like did one, and I beat one in 40 hours. So you know, we'll see how it goes. I got Dragon Quest 3, the HT 2D remake.
okay,
I'm gonna play it after I finish the Xenoblade trilogy.
okay.
But damn, Xenoblade is so good. Oh my god, like
um,
stories.
going back to shows. I rewatched like the first season of Kaguya-sama. That was great.
Love is War. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love that show. Um, and I updated my top 20, but it's still like in that list, easy.
When I'm done with when I'm done with Xenoblade, I might have to update my top 10 games.
Um, and then I started rewatching Water 7, but I'm only like, oh, 2 episodes into that. Um, I've mostly been watching a lot of Nichio because that's just so fucking funny.
Right.
I think that's everything I've been. Oh, I, I don't. No, I didn't mention this last time. I caught up to MHA season 7.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Did you finish the show?
yeah, I'm fully
Is
caught
the
up.
show over? The show's over, right?
No. There's a season 8. Um,
That's coming out, or
yeah, because like the end of season 7 left off on the cliffhanger between All Might and the Iron Man suit, All for One.
oh right. The manga's done though. I imagine season 8 will be
Yeah. The
coming very
manga's done. I thought season 7 will be the last one, but definitely season 8 will be. Um,
Got to make that money, you know.
it was fucking peak. um, I remember I texted you uh on that Monday. I caught up to it, and I was like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy. So like, Shinso said he studied recordings of All for One in Tartarus and used persona porn. Like, am I going
Huh.
crazy or am I just like too persona pilled in the brain?
Bro's got the persona syndrome.
Like, that, is that like related to persona or am I just crazy?
If my hero is related to persona, then I'm gonna crash out.
Okay, so do you think I'm just crazy then?
I think it's a wild, wacky coincidence. Unfortunately,
Okay,
I don't know.
okay,
That
thank
would
you.
be that would be insane if that was the case.
I didn't think so, but there's like
A
I've been
slimmer of chance.
yeah. Oh, also, in my anime club, I watched The Boy and the Heron. Um, mid-ass movie, mid-ass movie.
Mm. Is that a new one? Is that the new one
That's
that
the
came
one
out?
that came out last year, and the one that um for some reason won animated movie of the year over Across the Spider-Verse. Um,
Well, oh yeah, that's wild.
it
Actually,
wasn't bad, but my God, it did not deserve to win animated movie of the year. Um,
no.
it had some things I liked, but a lot of the plot was just a total mess. Um,
Have you heard about the Batman like fucking animated movie loss? Like that was supposed to happen but didn't.
no,
You ever
I
heard about that?
didn't. No.
probably one of the biggest what ifs in comic movie history for me that I'm honestly pissed about. All right,
I don't know
we
much
all
of
love.
anything about DC, so
I love Batman. Batman's my favorite, but this is wild to me. So there were some DC guys that basically that got like a bunch of people from people who animated like across Spider Verse, like a lot of main people, and they were like, hey, like we want to do a Batman version,
okay.
and they had a concept video. I'll send it to you later. It looked awesome, and it just looked so good, and they were like, nah. DC was like, nah, and this is why DC sucks. The amount of money that would have made would have been ridiculous.
Mm,
Would have been insane.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about DC. It doesn't interest me, so
It's unfortunate because Marvel has better movie content, but I like DC superheroes better. And it's like, bruh, what do I do about this? But what other game I've been playing? I mean, obviously I've been going crazy on Black Ops 6. I need to stop though. It's so. Oh, that's a game. Black Ops 6 is terrible, but it's so good. It's another one of those.
really,
There's it's like it's so fun. It's so fun, but I hate it. It's so infuriating, but I can't put it down.
why do you hate it?
People, people, people in the game, like other players. They're just it's so intoxicating.
Like the players are toxic,
Like the way people play that game is ridiculous. Like the
or
play
have
style. You don't
people
play
or
COD, so I couldn't explain it. But
have people already figured out like ridiculous strategies that ruin the game?
not even strategies, just loadouts that are like cancer.
Okay.
Really bad. Like oh no, I'm just going for. Do you know what dark matter is in COD?
I know what it is, a science concept,
Well, in
not in fucking Call of Duty.
all right, it's a camo. So in Call of Duty, to unlock dark matter, you basically have to get gold for every gun, and then diamond for every gun. How that works is like you have ARs and SMGs. That's not all of them, but I'm just gonna say those. Basically, if you get gold for every AR, you unlock diamond for the AR, right? So you have to get gold for every gun to get dark matter, and it's cancer. And me and my friend are trying to do it, and it's ridiculous, but it's fun. Some kind of
Interesting.
awful fun. But I'm trying to put it down and play more like story
Uh,
stuff. So I've been playing
yeah.
playing a lot of Xenoblade.
I don't got any interest in that COD shit. What about IRL stuff? Anything interesting happening?
Not really.
Mm.
Playing video games, fucking working. That's it.
I think I told you about a big Japanese project I had. I presented that on Wednesday. I got a 98 on it. That was hype. I was super happy about that.
Nice.
And then I have another band concert tomorrow night, which I'm looking forward to.
Okay, yeah, that's sick.
Um, and I got a new computer mouse as well. Um,
What's up?
the one I had wasn't bad, but like it wouldn't hold charge for like more than a day, and it needed longer than that to recharge. Um, and I got like a new one for like $10 on Amazon. I was just like, fuck it. I've had that thing for like 4 or 5 years. Time to replace it.
Nice.
And a new mouse works a lot better.
That's up. Yeah, I got a new keyboard the other day
How much
because
did
I
that
needed it.
cost?
I got like a gaming one, so because I play some games on Steam. So I mean, it was like what, $50, something like that.
That's not terrible for like a keyboard.
No, it was like 50. So I don't even remember. It was something like that. But what else is there, games wise? Probably game is coming. You know what? I need to finish Metaphor. I need to play Metaphor because I heard people like Metaphor is better than Persona 5. That's what I've been hearing.
Some of it as well, which is crazy to me. But like, I'm waiting till it goes on sale. Like
Yeah, kind of.
at this point in time, I'm not paying $70. I'm not. It's
Right.
just it's out of the question for me. I am not paying. Like it's the same thing with Black Myth Wukong. I'm waiting for that to go on sale, then I'll buy it. But
You
as it
know? Oh
stands,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not paying
Not
70
paying
bucks
that.
for Metaphor Refantasia. I'm just not doing it.
I did because I will meet Ride Atlas till I die.
Me
But
too.
yeah, the
But
game. You
like,
hear about the Game Awards?
what about the Game Awards? Is the voting over
That
now?
I don't know if it's out yet, but it's ruined
What
because
do
of
you mean?
Elden Ring.
Oh, you
They
think the
announced on
Elden Ring DLC is gonna win?
yeah, it's all well. They announced so the argument was like Shadow of the Erd Tree shouldn't win because it is a DLC. They should have its own bracket because like Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk came out and it was great, and like a lot of other DLCs came out. So people were like, why don't you have its own category? And then the argument was like, what everyone wanted was for Game of the Year they should have for like the main three they should have best DLC, best remake, and best game. But they
Yeah,
just said nah. And Shadow,
I remember we talked about like rankings and whatnot earlier this year. I think when Black Myth
yeah,
Wukong came out. What has happened is
and
have they like put out a statement about that or something?
they tweeted that Shadow of the Erd Tree will be a contender in Game of the Year when it is a DLC. And you know,
Okay.
now I think Black Myth Wukong and I think the two main contenders should have been. I haven't even played Black Myth Wukong, so I don't know what it's about, but I know it's a big game. But I want Rebirth to win, and so like that's gonna get robbed because Shadow of the Erd Tree I think is bigger than Rebirth because also Rebirth is a PlayStation exclusive. So
Hmm.
like it's just gonna it's just gonna be not ruined, but Erd Tree's probably gonna take it. But I think it would be really funny if like Astrobot won instead of like Elden Ring.
Like best family friendly game or something like that. Um
I don't know if best
let
soundtrack
me
doesn't go to Rebirth or Reload. I'm gonna crash out though.
see. Game Awards voting.
I'll vote right now if it Rebirth will win.
Well, I'm just going to see if it's open yet.
Even though my favorite game from this year was Reload, I still think Rebirth was like on another
Okay.
level.
It's tomorrow. Voting
Cool. Yeah, so I'll
opens
be voting tomorrow.
tomorrow. It says nominees coming on November 18th.
Does it? Do we know who's like what? I don't even know. I'm gonna vote for it tomorrow, and then I'm gonna watch them because I only really watch the Game Awards for the announcements.
The reason I
Like
watched it last year because I wanted to see like what Tears of the Kingdom would win. And this time I'm gonna watch to see if Persona Reload wins anything, which it probably
it's,
won't.
I think the only thing it has a chance on is best soundtrack, and that's
Which
still a low chance.
yeah.
Even though I think it does. Even
I'm
though I think it
still gonna
deserves it.
like vote everything I can for Reload.
Yeah.
Just like
Uh,
well, and even though I haven't played Rebirth yet, because it's not on Steam, I might just like vote those categories for that as well for the fuck of it.
I'm gonna vote Rebirth Game of the Year. That's what I'm gonna do. Rebirth is getting Game of the Year for me, and I haven't even played it. I just know.
You haven't played
I just
Rebirth? I thought
know
you
it's good.
said you did.
No, I don't have my PlayStation with me. I haven't even played
Huh?
Remake. I've only played
You haven't
like
played Remake?
I've no. I don't have my PlayStation.
Like at all?
It's in storage. I don't have it yet. I'm not
You
gonna
haven't
be
played
able to play
Diablo
it
Remake
until
at all? Maybe you said you played it once
no,
before.
no. I played the OG. I played OG 7, and I played fucking Crisis Core and Watched Advent Children. So like the story, I know. I'm
Oh,
familiar with the whole plot. Like I know what
huh.
happens. I
You
just
you
haven't
you
played
huh.
remake, which I will. Like the moment I get my PlayStation, after I get out of like school, whenever that go, and I get my own apartment, I'm playing like 3 games I'm playing are fucking not reload, remake, rebirth, and Bloodborne. Those are like the 3 I want to play.
Was Taylor not able to like come get it for you from home or
She can. I just have no point in having it here. Like I don't have a lot of space, and I have my Xbox, and I have a Switch, and I have a computer. I just don't have the
okay.
PlayStation.
Okay. Fair.
So it's just like, all right,
God, I
I'll just
want
wait.
Rebirth to come to fucking Steam already. But I know it's probably not happening until next year since 16 like only came to Steam like earlier this year.
What remake or you said 16?
Re
Yeah.
Rebirth. I wanted to come to Steam so fucking bad so I can play it already, but no, it's still stuck on freaking PlayStation and
Do you
like
know?
I
Do you
don't
know the
have the
story?
goddamn money to buy a PlayStation right now.
Have you played like OG 7?
We've talked about this before. I played like an hour of it and then like I stopped because I stopped all the other video games.
Right.
And then like back in April or I bought it back in March and then I started playing it back in April. That was the whole reason I got a Steam Deck actually. Um
I was thinking about getting a Steam Deck, but I just have no use for it.
if you okay, dude, if you have a PC, there is absolutely no reason to get a Steam Deck.
I
Especially
don't
if
have
you
a.
have
I have a
especially
gaming
if you have a
laptop.
PlayStation. I have a Steam Deck because I don't have a gaming PC or a PlayStation. It allows me to play computer games um that like aren't on Xbox or Switch. That's the whole
Right.
fucking reason I have a Steam Deck. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool ass console. It's one of the best purchases I've ever made, but there's literally no reason for you to have it if you have a gaming PC and a PlayStation. Literally no
Right.
reason.
I know I have something for the PlayStation or for the Steam Deck that I can't even use
Would
that I
you
just
ever
have from
would
Steam.
you ever even think about buying the PS5 Pro?
Hell no. Another reason I despise Sony.
Oh,
Another reason that is, dude. I like the exclusives you're putting out, but God, I hate you as a company.
is it just PlayStation or like what other reasons do you hate
I
Sony
I
as a company?
I have always I since the PS5 has came out, I have not liked Sony.
So is it just because of PlayStation or is it like because of other things that they own?
No, it's just released PlayStation. I don't
Okay.
really follow Sony regarding I know they have good headphones,
For like a massive
but
company and they make like movies and stuff like that.
yeah,
Their animation studio is the one that made the
yeah,
Spider-Man
Animation Studio
movies.
is cool.
I don't know if they have
It's yeah,
anything like Sony
PlayStation.
does. You just PlayStation? You hate
Yeah, I fucking hate
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I do too, since Rebirth isn't on Steam yet.
my biggest like the money grabbing is ridiculous. Like, all right, my biggest complaint. This is my biggest complaint with PlayStation. I got the PS5 last year. I didn't have it for that long, but the the PS5 like whatever the Game Pass version, like PS Plus or whatever, the equivalent,
Yeah,
like like I don't know,
I think it's
Xbox.
called
I just don't think the
PlayStation
catalog.
Plus or something like that.
I don't like PlayStation Plus. I don't think the catalog is as good.
but my biggest gripe is with how like the backwards compatibility works. Like when I got it, I was like, I want to play God of War, and I want to play like I play games in like the order that they come out. So I wanted to go 1, 2, 3, 2018 Ragnarok. That was my like, yeah, I want to play God of War.
All right.
So for comparison, for Xbox, if you have like, let's just like compare like their mascots, right? You have Halo, Master Chief. PlayStation, you have God of War, Kratos, right? All
Okay.
right. For Xbox, if you have the games for the 360, the OG Halo games, you can play those on your new console, like no problem. Just put them in, download them. If not, if you don't have them, but you still want to play the original, you can get the Master Chief Collection for damn near $10 or on Game Pass or whatever. So then you can play them
I got it
remastered,
for I got it for $10 on my Steam
ten
deck. I
bucks.
still haven't touched it, but
So you can play every Halo game if you own them, or even if you don't own them, you have a better way to own them.
yeah,
PlayStation,
because Master Chief Collection is extremely convenient.
yes. Matt, now fucking God of War. Um, one doesn't have a collection. Two, uh, it's on PS Plus, which is cool at first until you realize that it's you have to stream it. You cannot download the game. It is like you have to stream it. Like how like Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts on Switch, like you stream them off Wi-Fi.
Oh, like through a digital cloud or whatever?
Yeah, it's that for like every classic title,
Huh.
and you still have to pay for it. Like I don't know.
Really? You have to pay for those games?
Well, not like that. Like if it was like if I was downloading it, that'd be like, yeah, it makes sense.
So you have to
But
pay to stream them
you have to
through
pay for a service
PlayStation
every month.
Plus when you
Yeah,
already pay for the service monthly.
pretty much.
Wow, that sounds very stupid.
Yeah. Hey, PlayStation, just give me backwards compatibility, and
Huh.
that'll be all cool.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very good system, but I don't know.
No, the fact that I can put Halo 2 from the original Xbox in my Series X and it load up is already ridiculous. Like that's sick. But I can't put God of War on the PS2 and my PlayStation.
Yeah, but they're massive money-seeking corporations. It's not like Microsoft. Like Xbox might be a better console and service, but it's not like Microsoft as a large corporation is much better about
Yeah,
that sort of stuff. Um,
I think they're way better. Like I can like it's not just Halo. Like I can put any like almost any like big Xbox 360 title I can put on my console and it fucking work.
I'm not talking about Xbox. I'm just talking about like Sony and Microsoft as big
Oh yeah,
corporations. Neither one is good.
no, but I'm siding with Xbox Microsoft every day.
Um, I mean, me too. Until they put Rebirth on Steam, you can sense a pattern here, right?
Yeah,
I want Rebirth so fucking bad. Uh,
no, I feel you. I feel you on that. Rebirth would be
um,
cool on PC.
so you're gonna play the Dragon Quest game after you finish Xenoblade 2 and 3?
Probably. I might play Metaphor first, but we will see. Don't
I've
honestly
been kind of
know
thinking
yet.
about it. I've been like making use of Nintendo Music um past past couple weeks, and I've been listening to like the Breath of the Wild soundtrack, and I'm like, man, I want to go back to Tears of the Kingdom.
I played it twice. I still can't do it. I don't
Tears
know
of
what
the
it is.
Kingdom, you can't
Yeah,
finish it.
I like it. It's a good game. I'll probably finish it. Hopefully in the next 5 years. We'll see.
That's kind of what I felt about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but if you've played Tears, honestly, there's no point in playing Breath of the Wild.
Well, the reason I'm gonna play Tears of the Kingdom is because it fixes all the problems I have with the Wild.
Yeah, mine's the opposite. Like I have the exact opposite
Really?
problem. I guess it's just what you played first, because honestly, that's how I felt about it. I was like, unless you're like the most hardcore Zelda fan on the planet, then you really only need to play one of those games. And whichever one of those games you play, you will probably like the other one more.
Why don't you like Tears of the Kingdom as much?
I like Tears.
But like,
I
why
just
don't you like it as much as Breath of the Wild? Like it.
the abilities. That's one thing for me. I like the abilities in Breath of the Wild a billion times more.
Okay.
Especially, oh my god, especially the Rito one, like Rivali's Gale over like what the Tulin like glide thing.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That one's pretty bad. No DLC, no extra content.
Okay, well, I don't know if that's as fair because there probably is going to be DLC at
There
some
isn't. They
point.
confirmed it.
Really? Oh,
That's not like a big problem. I think it also for me suffers the same problem with Spider-Man 2. Not in story, but like in map sensibility. Like, all right, it's like all right, yeah, you have to add a lot of. They added the depths and what the fucking air maps, like the maps in the air. Uh, the depths fucking suck.
you don't like the depths?
No, I hated the depths.
I was
But
too scared. I was too scared to go down there in like uh all my time and whatnot. Oh,
hey man, that's
so
fair. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I
um,
fucking
so
it blows.
so for me, the reason that I like Tears of the Kingdom better than Breath of the Wild. For Breath of the Wild, I don't like the combat.
Combat feels the same to me.
Um, I think it's like I know it's like talked about like a fuck ton of Breath of the Wild. It's like the most talked about thing with the game, but like the weapon breaking, I
Yeah,
I don't mind it as a system. I think it's a cool idea for a system. It's just not well executed, in my opinion. Like I think
it never really bothered me.
the weapons break way too easily, and it's way too hard to find to find enough weapons. Um,
I had a like I had like a I had that problem, but not really. Like I had too many weapons.
that was like a big that was like a big because like whenever I would play it, I would always feel like underarmed, and I would like try to desperately avoid combat as much as possible because I always felt underarmed and I didn't want to break all my good weapons. Um,
Yeah,
because I love the exploration in it, but like the combat with like this fear of my weapons breaking, it just like it took me out of a lot of it. Um, and the reason I like Tears of the Kingdom so much better is the fucking fuse ability. It literally fixes everything because you don't have to worry about weapons breaking because you can use whatever the fuck you want and then you have another weapon. Also, I feel like it's way easier to find materials in Tears of the Kingdom, and I like that a lot better.
right.
Um,
I
That
I
honestly,
definitely
that's
did
the
like the weapon.
biggest reason. It's entirely the fucking fuse mechanic. That literally changes everything for me.
I also liked. I'll give Tears where it's due. The like the hand abilities. I like those more than Breath of the Wild's abilities. But the how do I put this? I don't know. I suffers the same problem with Spider-Man 2 again. Like just the map. Like it's the same map. And I've already
I
put
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I haven't played the Spider-Man games. But
Spider-Man 1 was amazing and it was cool. And Spider-Man 2 is the story is super short and the map is almost the exact damn same. And a big thing with those open world games is like, exploring New York City or like Hyrule, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I get to do this again. Cool. But I've already dumped 180 hours into fucking exploring Hyrule. I'm not going to do it again.
I will say something about Tears of the Kingdom I like better as well. It's not that it was like a criticism of Breath of the Wild, but I like the shrines in Tears of the Kingdom better. Um,
See, a lot of those little things look like they're like the exact damn same. That's the problem. It's almost the same. Like for me, it's like the same thing again. Just
well,
it
I,
just looks
I
different.
I like them slightly better.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just thinking about like getting back into that because I don't know, just like shit I've been watching and hearing about recently about like open world games and stuff like that and like what makes a good open world game and like getting to play around, be creative with shit, and I'm like I was just thinking about it and I was like Breath of the Wild was really good at like it was really good kind of like Ghost of Tsushima. I think Breath of the Wild was better at like the immersion aspect. um but like Tears of the Kingdom, it's just like it was more fun playing around with stuff like that because you can do like basically whatever the fuck you want with the Ultra Hand abilities, and then like make whatever you want and fight however you want with the Fuse ability. So, um, that isn't like a positive or negative. It's just like things I like about each one, I guess.
Right. I understand what you mean. To me, it was just like I don't know.
I would give Breath of the Wild like a 7.5 out of 10.
Right.
Because it's like it's
Fair.
really fun, but it's got like one glaring issue that takes me out of it.
What's that?
The combat, as I said.
Yeah.
Uh like with just the fucking weapons breaking. Um
The actual combat, the core combat, is like
oh
the
yeah,
swinging.
it's great. It's great. Um the way it works, like I like it in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Honestly, when I say the combat, I really just mean the weapon breaking thing.
Yeah, I'm about to say because when you said that, I was like, it's the same thing. But then
Yeah,
you meant
yeah,
you
yeah,
explained
no,
it, and I was like,
no.
oh, okay.
I I should be more specific when I say that. I like specifically mean the weapon breaking. Um uh okay, so switching topics, I had a question I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
What's your favorite theater experience you had? Like experience going to theater to watch a movie for the first time?
Oh, this is an easy one. Um, Probably Spider-Man. No, what was it? No Way Home.
Uh-huh.
That I saw it opening day. That was ridiculous.
Good choice.
Like
uh
opening day, like when you ever been to a movie opening day?
don't
Like the day the movie comes out.
Not the exact day, but I've the closest I've been was like a day after or something like that. I've done like opening weekend, but not opening day. Um,
They I don't know if this was your experience, but in that movie, when Tobey Maguire comes on screen and Andrew Garfield comes on scene, it's just screaming. Everyone's jumping. It's awesome. Everyone's hype. And then I saw it like a week later, and everyone was just like nothing, like no hype. And I was like, wow, that's insane.
I mean, like
And I haven't seen the movie
that's
since.
gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Like when you like it's just like the difference in seeing a movie. Um, for me, it was Infinity War. I mean, maybe that's not that surprising. It's my favorite movie of all time. But like
Which one?
Infinity War,
Oh yeah.
that's my favorite experience I've had watching the movie. Um, that night was so memorable. It was back in like seventh grade. It was like a I remember all the details. Like it was like a Friday night, and I came home from school. Our middle school let out at like 4 or something. I went
Yeah.
home. I didn't have any homework that night, thank God. And then like me and my dad, we played like track me. We played like some Xbox games, like Minecraft, Mini Turbo, something like that, for like I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour. Then we went to like my favorite restaurant, for dinner. Um,
Mm,
and then like my dad needed a new grill, so we went to Home Depot and bought a grill.
nice.
For some reason, and then we went to the movie theater. Um, and the reason of that is like so memorably. This might sound like kind of cringe, but like legit, that movie like unlocked a level of cinema that I did not know was like possible, like a standard for movies to reach that I did not think was possible.
Right.
And that's why it's so memorable because I was just so like blown away by every part of that film. But watching it's funny you mentioned like the screaming and all that because like when I like the night I went to see Infinity War was like the night after it opened. Um, because we couldn't go on that Thursday night. Um,
Right.
so I saw it literally the night after, and we couldn't even go to the main theater, um, because it was all packed out. So we had to go to like a smaller one that was a further drive away. It was like close to my grandparents' house, and and that one was almost completely full too. But like you could all like that moment where when Cap shows up, near the beginning of the movie, like everyone was just screaming.
Yeah.
I remember that like pretty vividly. Um uh Other ones?
Another one that
Watching
came close
watching
for
No Way
me was
Home.
No Way Home. And then for me, Across the Spider Verse. Like that's like a number two.
Mm.
Cause like
I didn't watch that in theaters. I didn't
yeah,
get a
you missed
chance
out.
to. Um
I
but
saw it opening day as well. It was awesome, and I will see the next one opening day. I saw that movie 5 times in theaters.
I saw Infinity War in theaters, I think like 3 times. One of the times with my grandma, actually.
Here, can you pause it for a second?
Well, yeah, hold
Someone's knocking on my door.
on. Alright, Seth had to, what was it, take a guy somewhere?
I'd take a guy like a little bit because he's in a boot. He had, like broke his leg or something.
Okay, yeah. That's for the reason for the cut.
It's the one thing
Theater
that sucks about up here.
theater
Fucking having a car.
experiences. That's what we're talking about. Some of my other ones, I would say, like other really memorable ones to me. I think Endgame. Oh, yeah, that's that surprising.
Hmm. One I
Do you
remember.
remember like we talked in front of the lockers like the day that came out? The whole school was talking about that.
Yeah,
Oh man, that was like it's a cultural event when that fucking happened.
that was a moment.
Um, that one. You're gonna laugh at me, but Rise of Skywalker.
Honestly, like I get you.
Even though that movie is like mid as fuck, there's something special about there's really something special about seeing that um in theaters for the first time. That and The Last Jedi is all three of those movies honestly were like all really
I saw them
memorable
all opening day. It was
experiences
cool.
to see in theaters. They were all really memorable experiences.
The experience was neat.
Um
I will say, even though the movies were
yeah,
garbage.
yeah. Um have we talked about like Star Wars that much on the podcast?
I don't. I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, we all know Disney movies are fucking terrible. I mean,
Well, not all of them, because I didn't put all of them in F tier when I made that your list.
How did you feel about Force Awakens? Is that the one that wasn't an F tier?
Oh, I didn't rank Star Wars movies. I was talking about the video I did on like the Disney animated movies,
Oh yeah.
where you commented that you didn't like where I put Meet the Robinsons and Brother Bear.
Oh, oh my God. Okay, Brother Bear, I'm not that mad about. To me, Brother Bear is like I think it's good. But Meet the
So
Robinsons, bro.
with Brother Bear, I'll explain both. Okay, I'll explain both. Brother Bear, um, I didn't like it as a kid. Um, and I have this series that I haven't done in a while, admittedly, but um I had this series that I used to do a little bit more frequently, but it was called The Final Reckoning, where I would like rewatch movies that I previously thought of as shit to see if my opinion had changed. Um,
Okay.
Brother Bear was one where my opinion did not change. I think it literally fails on every single level of a movie. I think the animation looks terrible for a 2003 film.
That's wild. That's a
I
wild
think
take.
the characters all suck. I think the plot is a total mess. I hate the fact that it becomes a musical movie like two
Well, it's
thirds of
Disney.
the way through, but only two-thirds of the way through and not like the entire movie. And the songs in it are god awful. Um, I I can't say it in any other way than I literally hate everything about the movie. It's the worst animated movie I've ever seen.
That's insane.
Um
That's insane. The
Now
worst
Meet the
animated movie you've ever seen.
Robinsons, that is, it's not like worst movies of all time territory. I've just never liked it. I didn't like the premise. I didn't like the
I loved it.
characters. I think it has like the worst time travel mechanics I've ever seen. Um
Right.
I don't
I
like
give
I don't like any of the characters at all. I think they're all very boring. Um,
when I when I'm talking and rating a fucking Disney movie though, I'm going into it very like it. It's very open, like because it's a kids movie. It's a Disney movie, but fucking I have a soft spot in that movie with my heart because two
so
reasons. One, I
Meet
watched
the
this kid. I loved
Robinsons,
it.
I think probably my least favorite. I fucking hate the villain. Like,
Oh, it's so funny. That's why I love it.
no, no, that guy pisses me off. I hate him.
Goob.
That's his fucking name. Fucking Goob. I hate that
Yep.
guy.
I love him
Pisses
because
me off. He's trash.
that spawned the greatest inside joke of my friend group of all time. So I love it.
So
My
yeah,
fucking
that's why I hate those movies. The other one I put in F tier was Frozen. Uh,
that's wild. I don't love it, but that's actually kind of wild. Frozen in F tier is kind of insane.
um,
I don't
it's
like the
it's the main
music in it,
reason
but
I never saw Frozen 2.
that's kind of wild. Like I don't love it, but I don't think it's an F tier movie.
I think the only good thing about it is like Olaf. I think I think Hans might be like the worst twist villain I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Um, I don't like Anna or Elsa as characters at all.
I like
Um,
Anna.
uh, I don't. The songs. Oh God, oh Lord, it's like the worst songs of any movie I've ever seen. Let It Go is one of the worst songs of all time.
I think it's
Um,
bad. Overplayed.
I hate it. Um, Maybe it's partly because like my sisters were obsessed with it when it
Yeah,
came
that's probably
out. It,
why I hate it. But like
no,
objectively,
it's part of the reason, but there's also like a lot of things I legitimately like actually hate about the movie. Um, I think I like legit. I think the only good thing is Olaf.
I like the blonde guy. I forgot his name.
Also, like, I hate the fucking trolls. Why? Why are those even in the movie?
I think
Why are
you
they
saying
in Trolls the movie by itself?
I was about to ask. All right, let me ask you this: would you rather watch Brother Bear or the Emoji Movie?
The Emoji Movie, easily.
That's insane because that's the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life.
The Emoji Movie was just mid. The Emoji
No, it
Movie
was
is just
awful.
mid, but
It was
like
hot garbage.
Brother
It's not even
Bear,
mid.
Brother Bear is legitimately the worst anime movie I've ever fucking seen. I would watch the Emoji Movie in a heartbeat.
You should go to prison for saying the Emoji Movie is better than Brother Bear. That's the most insane,
I
most
wouldn't say
absurd
it's
thing
a
I've ever heard
good
in my
movie.
life.
I think it's just like I don't remember much about it. I think I remember it being kind of a mess. I would say it's like eh.
Maybe you're right. I need to rewatch Brother Bear. I'm gonna rewatch it tonight, and then I'm gonna come back to you. And if I, because the Emoji Movie, not even the worst animated, that is the worst movie I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Wow, okay.
It is god awful.
What are some other I love talking about this. What are some other contenders for like worst movies you've ever seen?
Trolls, every single one of them.
I only saw the first one, but that's all I
That's
needed to
all you
see.
need.
Like,
That's all you need.
My God, that movie is an abomination.
Garbage, hot garbage.
I'm glad you agree with me on that because I don't feel like a lot of people are like that negative about Trolls, but like it deserves it.
It's so dog shit. It's so dog shit. That and
Um,
the Emoji Movie are like probably the worst movies
Frozen
I
is on that list as well for me, but that's all the animated movies I would say. Um,
I'm trying to think of like a bad movie. One of my
I can tell you what is my second least favorite film of all time.
all
The
right.
the fucking Death Note live action.
Oh yeah. Well, no
Oh
live
my
action
God,
animation. They're all
that
trash.
that literally fails on every fucking level of filmmaking.
Yeah, it's bad.
Um, another one I really fucking hate. Well, I think Attack of the Clones is in that list for me. Um,
Worst movie of all time? That's kind of
Worst
wild.
movies of all time. It's in my top 10, yeah.
That's
Um,
wild. I have to say that is wild.
I know it is. I really don't like a lot of things about that movie. Like a
Like
lot.
if you were talking like just Star Wars, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Like worst movie, but or like top 5 or whatever. But like of all time, this is gonna be. I don't know if this is a hot take, but like 90% of the MCU past Endgame is fucking god awful garbage.
You mentioned that before. Is there any Hitler like worst movies of all time?
Eternals is shit.
Ha, I thought that was just mid. Um,
I I fell asleep. I've never in my life fallen asleep in a movie theater. That was the one time. I woke
um,
up and the credits were rolling, and I was like, okay.
another one on that list for me, like pretty easily, The Matrix 4. Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
bad.
That movie is so bad.
I
Fucking
heard that movie
God.
was bad.
That movie is fucking trash.
I heard it was bad. I've only seen the first one, and I kind of want to keep it that way.
Yeah, take it from me who has seen all of them. The first one is fucking goated. Um,
Yeah, no, it is.
the second and third, they're weird, but they're decent. I think the third is better than the second for sure. But they're like 6 out of 10 each, I would say. Um,
Okay.
the the fourth one is fucking garbage. I don't think I've ever been more disappointed by a film than The Matrix 4.
I'm trying to think of like a really bad movie.
That
Um,
oh God, it was so bad. Um, I could tell you about the worst like movie I've ever seen. Uh, it would cause me to rant for quite a while though. So I don't know if you
just give me the title.
you wouldn't know it. It's a book adaptation, and the book is simultaneously the worst book I've ever read. It's like combined the worst piece of media I've ever consumed.
Huh.
It's this fucking it's called Night John.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of it.
I'm not surprised. So um it's a book that I read in eighth grade. Um, and then like we watched the movie after, which is why I've consumed both pieces of the media. Um, but like mm, I hated it. The characters were dumb. The plot didn't make any fucking sense. The dialogue was so effing stupid. Um,
Oh, speaking of shitty dialogue, actually, I'll let you finish because I think this one's gonna. I
like
think we'll get there.
there's not much I can describe about it because like talking about it too much legit like I hate it so much it legit like makes me angry. It's like
Yeah.
um it's so bad. I can't even like everything conceivable by it and shit. The only thing I like is the set because it's like set during the time of slaves like before the Civil War. Um
Right.
And I don't hate the book because I'm a racist. That's not the reason. But like it's just a fucking terrible book on like every level. Um and the movie like the movie doesn't even follow the book properly. Um Either. It makes like some weird changes to the plot. And honestly, I think the movie's worse than the book, which is really
Damn.
quite um but yeah, that's my rant over.
I got to your Matrix one. I have another disappointing movie or
Okay.
one I was disappointed for that I saw in theaters, and I was like, I'm pissed. And I actually got up and left. Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Is that the newest one?
Not the new one, like the animated one. I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it was great. I heard it was great, but
That
it had
was the one that
problems.
came out last year, right?
I don't remember. I think 2023, 2022, something like that.
Right. Because I remember
But
seeing trailers for it. So
yeah, it's a live action one. But wow, is it awful? Some other bad movies. I think the live action Ninja Turtles are not good.
I never
And I love Ninja Turtles.
seen
I love the Ninja Turtles, bro.
anything. Um,
The acting is so corny, and that's another thing that this is something I hate saying, but wow, like Cobra Kai ruined. It's ruined for me.
whoa,
I
whoa,
can't stand
whoa,
it
whoa,
anymore.
whoa, whoa, whoa. That's
I can't
that's a
stand Cobra
big
Kai.
whoa. That's a big jump. That's a big whoa, whoa, whoa.
I can't stand it.
That's
I can't
crazy.
stand Cobra Kai anymore. The acting is like so bad.
Okay, okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a drastic departure.
I know. I can't. The dialogue is like I just can't anymore.
How far did you get?
I not even like
Did you watch season 6?
uh half of it.
You watched the first part?
Yeah, but not
I
even
thought
just
I
the first
thought the
part.
first part was really good.
Just
Season
in
6.
general, like the dialogue is so cringy.
Huh. I will say there was several scenes I skipped because I knew exactly what happened because I knew the nature of the show. But
I didn't skip anything. I was just like I'm not gonna watch this. Like I was just kind of done. Like I think for me, as I was watching it, I was like, damn, I feel like this show could have like ended way sooner. Like I feel like they're dragging it.
movie. That was a big departure from what we were
I
talking
know,
about.
I
So
know. I
so
didn't
so
want to
it,
like.
it
I
was
hate
just a
saying
bit
it.
jarring to me. I was like, wait, Cobra Kai isn't that bad, right?
The actors, I love the actors. The actors are great. I
Yeah,
just think the dialogue choices are
The writing,
The writing is so mid. But then some scenes are like super cool, and I'm like, all right, I don't know. Also, I hate like there's just some characters in that show that I like can't stand, and I think you know one of them.
Sam.
Yeah, I fucking hate Sam.
You wouldn't like her in the newest bit of episodes that came out. I think your character got worse as well.
She aggravates me to all hell, and she's also one of the corniest characters in the show.
That is very true.
Her, like, I think it had a strong start. I don't know if it has a strong finish. I think the show for me, this is when I was like, all right, I'm kind of getting over this. Was when like Miguel ran away from home.
That was like beginning of season 5, I think.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, all right, like, what are we doing?
But season 5 was really good though. Like season 5, I think is like the second best season.
What else happened in season 5?
It's been like 2 years. Fucking hell. Um, there was that fight between Robbie and Miguel. That was like the best fight in the series, or one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Um,
trying to remember.
let me here. Let me look it up.
I just, I'm like, there's so many better shows I could be watching. I think.
Let's see what happened in Cobra Kai season 5.
Is that the
Oh
one
yeah.
where
Oh yeah.
Kreese?
Yeah. Priest did the prison break.
Yeah,
That's what happened. And then season 5 is like the season where Silver is like the big bad guy. He
yeah,
like
um, Silver's whatever, man. He's whatever. I don't really care, man.
that's the one that this is the season where like Mike Barnes comes back, and then like they have like that whole big like thing with Cobra Kai where it like gets massive and whatnot. Um
Right,
uh I like Kreese better.
Kreese is better.
Did you
Silver's
know
mid.
that Silver shows up again? Um,
I've seen clips on TikTok of like the new season.
um, I didn't expect that. I think I'm so mixed on that, by the way,
Yeah, he should have
because
stayed.
because like I think bringing Silver back is cool, but like, what are they going to do with him? Like, we only have 5 more episodes left to conclude off the entire fucking series,
Oh, it's not
and
done yet.
no, there's one more part
Oh, they're
that
Attack on
has
Titaning
an
it. Okay.
unconfirmed release date in 2025.
Jeez, man. I let it die. I thought it ended the other day.
No, that was the second part.
God, the Attack on Titan effect is insane. I hate it. I hate it when shows do this, man.
Me
Like,
too. Me too, to be honest.
like that whole effect of like parting out your final season. You know, like in general, like that just thing, like parting out your seasons. That is the reason JoJo Part 6 is animated, and I say animated is bad because the manga.
Okay. There is a date for it. There is a date for it. February 13th, 2025 is
Okay,
the.
so like a couple months. All right, that's not too bad. But like Arcane's doing it too, where like they're dropping a few episodes. Like I think like a weekly release is fine, but like
Yeah, that's
parts.
what anime has been doing for decades.
Yeah, I'm tired
You
of that
know,
shit. Go back to
I mean,
weekly,
like anime has been doing weekly releases for decades, and
and they
so
should
that
keep doing that. They should stick to that formula.
it's a good system. It really is, in my opinion. Uh, that was a lot of tangents. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know if I could think of like,
How do you feel
it's like
about the Iron Giant?
I haven't seen it.
If you hate that movie, if you ever watch it and you hate that movie, I'm convinced you have no heart.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie.
I've heard very good things about it.
The only bad thing I think you could say that I would understand is that it's overrated. Because I'm not gonna lie, I think it gets a little too much hype. It's still fantastic. I love that
I
movie.
don't know. I've never seen it. Um, oh, I can't think of other movies that would like be among my worst. I'm sure I'm forgetting an obvious one that I really, really don't like. Um, so what? So like, is there any movies that like not like among the worst of all time, but it's like a big hot take or whatever, or like would be really controversial that you don't like it?
Um, Probably.
'Cause I have one
I
of
don't
those
know.
for me.
It's a it's a movie hot take that's like it's just like a. Do I have any movie hot takes?
Well, it's like, do you have any movies that like everyone else loves but you don't like?
Mm, Definitely trying to think about it. What's it? Let me think about that. Fucking Harry Potter. I don't get it.
Really?
Harry
Wow.
Potter's like it's fine.
So I've got a big one. I do not like Back to the Future.
That's kind of wild. I don't. I'm not gonna argue on that because I'm not. I don't love it that much, but like
I'm gonna say it's like
classic.
worst movies of all time territory. It's far from that like level of shit, but I never liked it. Um, I don't know why, but I thought the whole idea that like, and honestly, it was really just this one thing that honestly completely ruined the movie for me. Like the whole idea that like the younger mom fell in love with her son from the past,
Oh
like
yeah, insane.
I hated that. Honestly, like took me out of the whole fucking movie.
Oh yeah, no, insane. Honestly, I agree.
Um, I don't even remember much about that. I just really don't remember liking that because I think I only watched it like once when I was like 10 or 11. Uh, so yeah, I don't like it. I thought that part was so weird. I didn't like it.
No, I agree.
And I know that movie is like so well loved. Ugh.
No, I agree with you. I think I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings eventually, soon, and I'm gonna go into it very brutally and very honestly. And if I hate it, I'm gonna tell everyone.
You'll hear no complaints from me that you're watching Lord of the Rings. You know how much I fucking love Lord of the Rings.
I know a lot of people do. That's why I'm afraid. Because what if I hate it?
I don't think you will.
I will say, God, the time, like the duration of those movies are fucking jaunting. It's
Yes,
like,
it is, and I don't blame you for that. I really don't. And I say this as someone that has seen each of the films over 30 times.
yeah, it's ridiculous. That's insane.
What can I say? I had a lot of time during COVID.
That's fair. Oh my God, I remember. Yeah, back in like 2022, I've ever told you about my movie poster fiasco.
Oh,
So I had this distant family member who passed away that no one, like my family, didn't really care. Just kind of
oof,
like, oh well.
rip.
Yeah, but he used to work at a movie theater in like the early 2000s, and like just around that time frame. And I had every single Lord of the Rings poster that existed. I had all the original, like from the movies. Like, like when you're at the movie theater and there's like, the posters of the movies.
That's crazy.
I had a lot of movies. I had Lilo and Stitch. I had horror movies. I had a bunch of stuff. I have a couple of them framed because I have. These were the rarest ones I had, and I kept them framed. I had Spider-Man 1. I had Empire Strikes Back and The Matrix, and I have them all framed in storage because it's the originals from the theater. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's kind of crazy.
So I kept those framed. And then, yeah, I mean, that was cool. That took a long time going through them.
Oh, that's interesting.
I
Um,
had Ice Age, I think.
I would definitely recommend that you watch Lord of the Rings, not because I'm glazed, not because I fucking love it. I think you would really like it.
I heard the show is trash, like the new one.
Rings of Power.
Yeah, I think
Rings of
so. I don't
Power.
know.
Rings of Power is legitimately the most up and down show I've ever seen. I didn't watch the second season of it. Um, the first season back in 2022, like it is so up and down. There were certain parts legit that were like a 3 out of 10, and others that were like an 8.5. It
Mm.
varied so wildly in quality. There were some things that were so good about it, and other things that were so fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, I guess it's a 5, but like, I really don't know how to score it because it's so up and down in quality. Literally, like, the most inconsistent show I've ever seen in quality. Like, it goes up and down so much. It's insane. Um,
It's wild.
yeah, it really is.
How many movies are there? 4? 5?
3.
Oh.
3 books, 3 movies.
Okay, that's not too bad. What is it? Not Rings of Power. Let me see if I can get these names. Don't tell me. I think I know a couple. Tell me this. Is the first one just Lord of the Rings?
No.
It's
They'll have unique subtitles.
oh my god, I read it. What is it? Damn. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. No, Shadow of Mordor is the game.
I haven't played any of the games.
I heard Shadow of Mordor is amazing. Um. Whoa. Oh wait, I got it. It's I know I'm gonna get at least one.
Right?
Just trying to remember how it was worded. Is it like the Fellowship?
Of
Fellowship of the Ring. Fellowship of the Ring's the
Yes,
first one,
that's
right?
one. That's one. Good.
That's the first one.
Yeah, that's the first
Um,
one.
I remember seeing like a September 11th meme with the second movie, so I'm trying to remember the name of that one. Isn't it like the second one just like something towers?
The Two Towers. Yeah.
The two towers? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think the third one is what like Return of the King?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
You do 2 out of 3. That's not terrible.
Works for me.
Bit of a side tangent. I hate 9/11 memes.
They are
They're
there's
they're
some
they're they're incredibly unfunny to me.
they're yeah, there's some
Not
bad
not
ones.
only do I think it's insensitive, but like I think it's like also such an overused meme topic. Like
It is.
all of those memes have gotten so stale. in my opinion. There's no funny 9/11 memes.
I'd be lying if I told you I haven't laughed at a couple.
Yeah, me too. But like, I really don't like them in general.
Right.
Anyway, that was a big side tangent. Yeah, you got Lord of the Rings right. I think you would really like those movies because they legit have like amazing world building and um Lord of the Rings in general is just like one of the coolest worlds in all of fiction. And I say that as like I've read the movies. I've read the movies, God, I can't talk. I've watched the movies and read the books. And I've also read the Silmarillion as well.
I don't even know what that is.
um it's like
What's The
if
Hobbit?
so the Hobbit was originally like its own thing. It was written first by Tolkien. And it was intended to be a kid's book, and then later on he wrote Lord of the Rings set in the same world of Middle Earth, for like a more adult audience.
So should I watch?
So it's technically a prequel, but like it's not
Should I
like
watch The Hobbit or should I watch Lord of the Rings first?
watch Lord of the Rings definitely because I think the book is good. It's like a 6.57 out of 10, but it's not nearly as good as Lord of the Rings in my opinion. Um
Okay.
and then uh the Hobbit movies are the Hobbit movies are a mixed bag. Um
Okay.
because they made a trilogy of movies out of one book, and let's just say that you want to talk about dragged out. That is like the definition of something that is dragged the
I said
fuck
we could talk
out.
about One Piece.
Shut up.
As much as I like
Just
One Piece.
just shut the fuck up.
As much as I like One Piece.
No. Seriously though, the Hobbit movies are like,
A different level of dragged.
yeah, they're not bad, but like there's there's some things about them that are weird. There's like some rushed story points. Uh, a lot of the characters and action are bad. It relies a bit too much on CG, in my opinion. Honestly, for The Hobbit, I think reading the book is better.
For movies, why are there any bad movies? Like they're bad, but you just love them.
Oh, like guilty pleasure movies?
Yeah, like objectively they are terrible, but like you love them.
I mean, not really, because to be honest, I don't really believe in guilty pleasure things. Because like my stance on it is like, well, number one, I think saying something is objectively bad is just horseshit. Um, I think saying something is objectively anything is like the biggest horseshit of all time because it's either good or bad according to your opinion. There is no objectively good or bad anything, in my opinion. Um,
Okay, movie wise, I can see, but like I don't know, like
I don't mean just movies. I'm talking about like all media. I think that applies.
right. No, I see what you're saying,
I,
but
I
like
think I think the idea of objectively good or bad anything is the biggest load of horseshit ever. So from that perspective, I don't really believe in guilty pleasure things because I think objectively best or worst is absolute horseshit. So I'm like, it's either like I like it or I don't. It's either subjectively good or subjectively bad to me. And if I like it, I'm gonna think it's great. I don't really not gonna care what others like rate it because I like it. So I'll say it's good or bad. So
right.
I don't really have those because I don't really believe in that as like a concept, I guess.
I get what you're saying. I was about to say because I love the Scream movies, but they're fucking terrible. But I love them so much.
See, from my perspective, I would say that you think they're good movies
Right.
because, like, saying something is objectively bad, like what the fuck does that even mean? Objective based on who?
Well, okay, like a horror movie. Like horror movies have like Scream is a horror movie, right? So
Yeah.
like how do I explain it? Like with a horror movie, like Scream, people don't like Scream because Scream is making fun of horror movies the entire time. That's why I love them. So like people don't consider it a horror movie. But I don't know. I just like it when they're just funny. I don't even know how to put it.
Well, fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, from that perspective, like, you know,
Mhm.
it's objectively bad according to who?
Definitely with media, it's kind of hard. But like I don't know. I don't think the idea of saying something objectively is bad is like dumb in general. For media, yeah, it is pretty dumb. But like
Saying
in
in
general,
general, I'm really saying that about media because, like,
yeah.
take like Roman emperors for example. This is just a random example, but like, um, there is no there's very few arguments that like Augustus Caesar was a good Roman emperor. That is just
Right.
objectively the truth because you could look at what he did historically and
Right.
figure that out. That doesn't exist for media.
Right.
You can't look at historical facts and determine whether something is objectively good or bad.
No, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Um, I think that logic, like for pieces of fictional media, is literally the biggest dog shit ever. Um,
You know what show I fucking hate?
what
Has Been Hotel.
I do not know a single damn thing about it.
It's shit. You don't even need to watch. Like, don't even like. Bad.
I wasn't thinking about it to be honest.
Good. You don't need to.
Oh, well, I think that might be a good place to wrap things up.
Okay.
We've been going for about an hour and a half. So I think
It's pretty good.
yeah, I think that was a good discussion. Lots of interesting stuff about like movies and such like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you very much for watching, listening, or the fuck, and we'll see you later. Bye.
See you.